All right, let's composite a couple of our own images together. And what we're going to do is right now I'm using Bridge. Now you could just choose File Open from within Photoshop. You could bring it in from Lightroom, or you could be using Bridge. So let me just show you this. We click, and then we click again, holding down the Control key. That would be the Command key on the Mac, and we're selecting these two images. We want to open them both. So I'm going to right click. Now we could choose to open these as layers inside of Photoshop, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to open these in Photoshop Beta. At the time of this recording, Generative Fill is just in beta. It will be added to regular Photoshop at another time. So let's just choose this right now. Great. So now we've got two images. We've got our boat and our volcano. Now this volcano happens to be Diamond Head in Hawaii, but I want to composite this as if it's an island. So the first step we need to do is combine the images. Grab the Move tool, click in the middle, and drag up into the tab of where we want to go. Don't release. Go to the middle, and now you can release, and notice it's combined both images on separate layers. Great. What we want to do now is reposition our what's going to become our island. I'm going to take it to the top so we can use the sky off that. And, let's make it a little bit bigger. Control T or Command T is going to make this bigger. And I'm going to drag this out. Now, one of the things that is going to happen is we're going to find that this mask is probably going to get messed up. So we will address that. So the nice thing about this course is we're not just using the AI, we're also using our traditional Photoshop tools alongside it to get the results that we're looking for. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to just kind of make this look like an island. So let's grab the lasso tool. And what I don't want to show is any of the road. So we're going to have the water is going to kind of come up here. And the rest of this is going to be underwater. So I'm just kind of following it across there. And maybe we can go right there. Actually, don't worry about that top bit. We'll fix that. And we're going to go up here. Excellent. You know what? I don't want any of that city in there. So why don't we add that? So I'm going to hold down the Shift key. And that's going to enable us to add to the selection. And let's grab a little bit out there. Let's go over there. And we've selected all of that. That's great. That's what we want to get rid of. All right. So in order to blend these two together, we're going to go to the Generative Fill. And we want to use the existing pixels in the photo. So we're not generating anything new. We're letting it generate whatever it needs to kind of combine these. So let's just hit generate without putting any words in. And right now it's sending it to the cloud. It's processing in the cloud, doing its thing. And then it'll be sending it back to our computer with the result. And look at that. So we've got three results. So if we go into the properties panel, we can see there's our first result. There's our second. And there's our third. So this one, rather than being an island, is, kind of more like a peninsula. This is kind of looking a little bit more like an island. And if we want to get rid of this, we could just even go further. Let's just grab this area now. And what we're going to do is we're going to guide it. So we're going to hit Generative Fill, and we're just going to type in ocean. And then we're going to click Generate, and then let it do its thing. And let's look at a couple of the other results. Look at that. Or that other one. Those are looking pretty good. All right. So that's looking pretty nice. Now, obviously, the scale's, a little bit crazy. And, that's just, we could resize this. Actually, I'm noticing when I go here, it kind of feels like the scale could be more believable. But once we start going to this area here, it starts to get a little unbelievable. Notice that because there's just too much scale kind of going on here. So why don't we just generate again and give it another, see what we get. So each time we hit generate, we're going to get 3 more variations. I like the result, but I don't like the scale we're getting with the boat. All right, let's see what we've got here. Definitely better. I think I'm going to go with this one because this kind of matches the scale. Now there's this little tower up here. Let's get rid of that because that's going to mess up our scale as well. So we know how big Diamond Head is. Well, if you've been there, you know how big it is. But once we get rid of these telltale signs like that, then there's no real sense of scale. So it could be a much smaller island. There we go. And that could be where the boat is. Now let's look at the boat here. If we look at the mast, see how the mast needs to go higher than that? So what we need to do is, let's hide all the layers. Just hold the Alt or the Option key and click on the eyeball. It'll hide all the layers except for the layer that we want to work on, which is this boat. And let's select it. So we're going to grab one of the magic tools. There's 3 of them here. And when we grab any of those tools, it enables us to do our select subject. Make sure we're on the right layer. There we go. Select subject is now active, and then we're going to choose the cloud option. The cloud option is going to give us better result, and then choose select subject. And now it's going to select our mast and our boat. Great. Let's copy this. Control J will copy this to a new layer. Let's turn on all our layers. Drag our part of the mast to the top. If we look at that before and after, we've just fixed our mast and we've been able to put together our image.